controllers. And by the way, um, those are yours, bro. I'm gonna send them to you because I don't play PC. I hope you like them. I really do. I got them boxed up. I have to go get another box. I have your stuff ready to go, and then I was like, crap, they're not gonna fit in here, so I have to go buy a new box. And
Dude, I'm so
so,
hyped. I'm so grateful.
oh,
Thank you.
oh,
Thankful. Thank
look
you.
who's here! Thank you, D Man. I jumped into D Man stream because I've never seen him stream before. It pops up on my little side,
I
and
subbed the D man. Why I never got a notification. I'm sorry. I would have jumped in.
so I saw him right before we went live, and I didn't want to watch too much because I just bought the game myself. I have it.
Dude, I
Where,
want
where did
Rebirth. Dude, I can't wait for Rebirth. I still need to finish
shit?
the last point of no return on Final Fantasy Remake, the original. And so I
Where
have
is
to
that?
finish that point, but they did such an amazing job with the first one.
Booyakasha.
Oh, you got
Right
the
there.
special, the D.
The
Got
only
the D.
reason this video would have been up earlier today as well, an unboxing, but I ordered mine from Best Buy and got
Looks
the special
glorious.
edition, got the deluxe, and it was late. So it didn't get here. My wife and I went to lunch because she had another appointment, and it got there. It got to they just put it on the front doorstep while I was out, and I was like, it sat there for like 3 hours, but came home, took a nap after I ate because, of course,
Dude,
and
I love a
I'm gonna
good
do an
nappy.
unboxing video for
I
this.
love a good nappy.
So yeah, and when you get older, you need it. You need it.
Dude, I've been taking naps since my mid 20s, bro. Don't even.
I didn't start doing that till my mid 30s.
Oh, dude.
So
I've been taking naps forever. And
what
I
is
love
Cody saying here? YouTube wants the you out of YouTube and rather have the late night shows over. You know what? You're right. You're right. Because they wanted video content and not streaming. And then a lot of the YouTubers found the way around it by doing live streams.
And now it's switched
And
back. They
yeah,
just want content because I've been
yeah.
streaming my patootie off, dude. Some
You
streams
know,
get really good
I don't
views.
get. I do not get any of your notifications.
That's wild, didn't
Not
you?
a one.
You used to get a lot of them.
Uh huh.
You
Yeah.
used to get them all the time.
Yeah. And whenever I'd go poop, watching you stream. That was my thing to do while I was pooping. I was watching Nick.
So
I was
weird.
watching Nick. He helped.
Not
He
weird
helped
you
it.
watching me poop. It's so weird that you're not getting the notifications. That's more of my concern.
You don't think it's weird that I'm watching you while I poop? I think
Not-
that's pretty.
no,
But hey,
not at all.
you're getting views.
Not at all.
You're getting
Doesn't
views.
bother me whatsoever.
So with that being said, thank you guys so much for joining us for episode 31.
Yes.
Where tonight we're going to be talking about all these massive layoffs. Nick's going to take the lead on that one.
Absolutely.
And all those beautiful, beautiful Xbox rumors. And then I'll be taking the lead on that because you guys have seen my videos.
Yes.
But Nick's been sending me all this information, and I really haven't been up as much on the gaming news front. And then I saw this. I saw it from his post on Instagram, and then I went looking for it. I was like, wow, it's a shame, especially since when I was out of town, I was completely disconnected.
But that's
So-
a good thing, though. Don't beat yourself up about it. That's a
I
good
was in
thing.
the mountains, man. It was great.
Oh man, that
And
had
the
been
mountains
great.
of North Carolina. I saw some family in South Carolina that I haven't seen in 9 years.
Wow.
And we went through a number of different awesome game stores. There was one ultra woke game store that I walked into, and they're like, "You got to put on a mask." I'm like, "Peace."
Are you in South Carolina?
No, in North Carolina.
Oh.
Yeah, there was one there, and then I went, "Peace." My wife was like, "Just do." I'm like, "No."
No.
And they had Marxist stuff all over the crap. I'm like, "Wait, you're running a capitalist business with Marxist propaganda?"
Huh.
The irony. And I
Yeah.
was like, "No, I'm not doing this. I'm not giving my money to people that hate me."
Yeah.
But there was this awesome game store
Or hit
in the
America
mall
for that
right
money.
across the
That matter.
street.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 awesome Super Nintendo games, Eat the Cat and Weapon Lord. And they were both marked under market value.
Eat the
And I
Cat
was like,
sounds familiar. The other one I haven't heard
it's
of.
from the cartoon from Fox Saturday mornings. Eat the Cat.
That's
the
why it
purple one.
sounds familiar.
Yeah. So that was a rather expensive game, and I got it for like $7-8 under. And Weapon Lord was a 20-something dollar game. I got it for $20. I think I got one for $5 off. So it was really cool. Yeah, actually, Cody, yes, to the T. And I just went, nope, I'm out. Audi 5000. So
It is cute. My kids
but
love.
I went to all kinds of different awesome game stores up there. one I posted a short of called Mr. Gaming Lounge. Fantastic. The guys were epic there. They were so nice. I mean, it was fantastic. It's in Newton, North Carolina. If you guys are anywhere near the area, go check out Mr. Gaming Lounge. One of the greatest game stores I've been to across this country. And I've been to a lot every time I travel. And then I'm going to London soon. I'm going to check out a few over there and give you guys some videos on that.
Dude,
So,
if you see something that you might think I might like, shoot me a text.
Dude, I'm just
gonna, because it'll be during the day. Because you're like in the future in the UK.
5 hours. 5 hours into the future.
Oh, I thought it was 6.
I think it's 5. Yeah, because I looked at the weather and it said 5.
So
no, not London, Texas, Cody. It's London, England. No, but I planned on that. If I saw anything, I'd be like, you know what, I'm just.
And just let me know, and I'll like before.
Yeah,
I'll shoot you money and whatever.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
Fix that blank. There we go. Oh man.
Yeah. So with that being said, all this great stuff is happening. Now we've also, even though we haven't had a podcast in what it's been 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. I have been working on some stuff behind the scenes, so we got some awesome stuff coming out. Nick and I have been talking about some stuff, and if everything goes out, it's just gonna be fantastic.
Gonna be the best. The best is gonna be the greatest.
So let's get back into the groove of things. What have you been playing?
Dude, Apex Legends, baby. If you guys see my live playlist, that's all I've been playing. I've been taking ranked seriously. Switched up my sensitivity. If you guys see my shorts, dude, I'm starting to my aim is really starting to get more on point, no pun intended.
Oh, your shorts have been hilarious.
That's the goal. I just want people to be like, this guy. Let me fix the
Yeah, you got some white snow in the background. What have you been doing? Should I start calling you Hunter?
My lighting is it's the way. Yeah. Oh, I need to dial it.
So, he's been playing Apex. I wonder.
Oh, by the way, I didn't buy RoboCop yet.
You didn't? Why?
I need to so bad.
I thought you said you bought it.
No, I bought the hot dog.
Oh.
I bought the hot dog I sent you, dude. Not RoboCop. both of them.
When you said both, I thought you meant the hot dogs and RoboCop.
No, both hot dogs. I don't know if it's still. I don't know. I think RoboCop is still on sale, dude. I have to double check. I mean, I can kind of actually double check right now. People are gonna see it on my stream,
but is that all you've been playing? Is Apex? I haven't seen you play anything else.
Dude, that's all I've been playing. I'm back. I'm back on the wagon, dude. Back on the Apex wagon.
You want to take a guess at what I've been playing?
RoboCop.
No, I finished that.
Oh no. The gorilla, the dinosaur game with the gorilla armor,
yeah.
Exoprimal.
Yeah, I've been playing Exoprimal with the new update and stuff. They had double XP, and then I also started.
Have you jumped into Helldivers at all?
I have. I played one game of Helldivers. I got it the day it came out, but there was a lot of problems, so I didn't play it. And plus, when I was sick, I didn't play anything.
Yeah.
And then once I got better, I just was playing some Exoprimal, and then the other night I went to. I have to beat the Final Fantasy VII Remake Intermission DLC. God, it's so boring.
Wait, so there's DLC I need to purchase?
From part 1.
Yeah, from part 1, because I'm literally, like I said, I'm at the no point of return for part 1. I'm just about to go and go to Shinra Core. So
yeah, and then there's the intermission. It's the Yuffie DLC, and Yuffie's one of the characters in this game, but it's a very boring DLC. Some people liked it. I just wasn't a fan of it. But with that being said, that's all I've really been playing. I did test out my because I got that PlayStation Portal. I took it while I was out on the road. It didn't work for crap. It was the worst thing ever.
I know.
So it's fun to use around the house.
It's fun for one spot in the house.
Yes.
That's where the Portal loses me. Oh, I can't go on the road and connect to the internet? Or 5G or something?
You can. It's just very poor connection. And for some reason, people have been fighting me on my video about the PlayStation Portal when it goes into remote, the PlayStation 5 turning on your TV. They're like, no, it doesn't. I'm like,
I literally
yes,
saw it do it.
it
I own
does.
the unit, and
Yes,
you know, it's
it actually does it. Plus, there are TVs that have the HDMI auto detect, and as soon as the HDMI goes on, it turns on the TV.
yeah, because it talks to it. It's designed to program and talk
Right.
to the TV. Yes.
One of my TVs does that. The other two do not, but that one does. So I'm like, yes, it does. They're like, no. People are fighting me saying, no, it doesn't. I'm like,
Well, TVs have something called ARC,
mm-hmm.
ARC or eARC.
Yeah.
So if your PlayStation is connected to eARC, that's a direct link on telling the TV to communicate with a certain device. So take it out of ARC, and it might not do it.
Yeah, my TV in the living room is the only one that has something plugged into ARC, and I can't remember if it's the Switch or the Xbox, because I know the PlayStation in the living room's not. The TV in my game room, I think the thing that's plugged into ARC is like the Wii U or something.
Yeah. So it
like
might just be ARC. And so maybe they're like half right, but you're still right. So forget them.
No, but if you have a TV, like the TV that was in our bedroom that died, it didn't. All of them were technically ARC because none of them were listed, and you can actually turn on the feature. So
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah,
can
you
turn
could
on
also
the
turn
feature
it
in
on
the
or
setting,
off.
and all of them will turn on the TV. So
yeah, John's yeah, exactly. eARC is an auto connect for the HDMI to turn on. Yes,
yeah,
correct.
yeah.
So that might be it.
So
But
one TV had all the ports were set to do that. Where the other TVs, I have one that port that does it, and the other one port that does it again, but nothing's connected to that one. So,
but
yeah.
anyways, let's get into the flippin' news. These layoffs, dude.
The news. I feel bad. What do you think about that thumbnail?
Let me look at it again. I
Thumbnail?
did because I had a copy pasta. And let me look. I'm at least grateful. No, I'm.
You know, one thing for my thumbnails, I've been getting a real kick out of it, even though I don't consider it real art.
Okay.
Chat GPT and its AI art has been freaking hilarious. It's terrible.
So I can go to Chat GPT
like
and have it make art for me now instead of going through mid journey or anything like that.
Yes and no. You have to have the Chat GPT 4 whatever, the highest one.
Oh, is that the pay one that you pay for or no?
Yeah, my wife has the account, so we share it, and I use it just for if you ever seen my crying Xbox or the consoles with the Anthem. That's what I get from there. It's so much easier to just ask it than to try to model it.
Yes, I agree.
So, and then goofy stuff like this, it's easier than trying to do anything. It looks odd. You can tell, but I think that's kind of the funny.
So give it another year or two, dude. It's gonna get insane. It already looks good. But yeah, no, it's great. And okay, so I don't know if
it's fantastic.
Yeah, no, it looks great. I've started switching up specifically my Instagram. So there's some of you guys that are watching
Your
that.
Instagram's fantastic, by the way.
I appreciate that, man. I'm just trying to.
I love that template. Love it.
Thank you so much. It might change a bit over time, like anything, but you know, I do a lot of just like news headlines, things that I think that people should at least know to spark. Okay, let me look into this, so that they're aware. So by the end of the day, when they get home from work, they're like, okay, I'm gonna see what Click to Enlarge posted. Like, let me look up an article about this.
But wait, you don't make videos anymore?
If I'm not making videos, I'm streaming. If I'm not streaming, I'm making videos. But
yes, Cody, you have to follow Nick on Instagram. If you guys have not followed us on our socials, Red Bandana Gaming on everything except for X at RBG_retro. We're live streaming on X as we speak. And him, Click to Enlarge on everything but
everything. But TikTok is a little different. It's Nicky Duel, but and that reminds me, I got to fix my description. So we got all our links in my description, et cetera, et cetera. So the past few weeks in the news, like the gaming industry is just laying people off left to right. The first was Xbox, which It doesn't surprise me. We kind of touched up on this maybe
Yeah.
3 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago, something like that. Yeah.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
I think that was the last episode.
Yeah.
Which was 3 weeks ago.
And to me, this is not surprising, especially when they've just dumped so much money on the Blizz, the Blizzard, the Actibliz acquisition. And layoffs were inevitable. That didn't really surprise me too much.
You want to know what I read about that today?
Mm-hmm.
This is not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
It's relevant. The studio Toys for Bob was actually owned by them, and they went indie. And because they went indie, but they're still working with Microsoft, they managed to not get hit by all those layoffs.
They found a loophole.
Yes, and I didn't read the full article, but I was like, I wonder if any other developers are going to start doing that. So that was kind of some good news around all this. But yeah, there you go. I just wanted to add.
That's really interesting. They got lucky, maybe, or maybe contractually because that they were represented a certain way and not like connected. They got away. I don't know. But so it started with Microsoft, which again didn't surprise me. Then we hear a couple weeks later, Sony's just like, we're dipping out roughly almost 900 more employees. And when I say employees, these are developers. This is just in Ready to Start podcast.
You know we're in a bad spot if I'm laying him off.
Bro, I don't
pay him.
I didn't even get the memo, dude. I'm mid podcast right now, and Dave already knows.
Just fired you.
Oh my gosh, dude! Are you kidding me? Gosh. All right. Well,
that was great.
I can't burn any bridges. I better finish the podcast. So yeah. So then
you're fired.
You're fired.
Speaking of that, Vince McMahon, he's in some poo, but we're not talking about that. That's a whole different podcast.
Oh man, that doesn't surprise me. But he's been in poo for like the past month plus, I think.
Yeah.
That's actual allegations and whatnot, from what I recall, right? But so then
thank you, John, for the super sticker. Appreciate that. For the 199. Wow, wrong podcast. We're not Geeks and Gamers. Cobra Cast. 199.
But so then Sony lays off almost 900 other devs. I can't tell you from which studios that they own, or if it was, it's under their umbrella, I'm sure. I know Skylanders Toy for Bob left Activision.
I think they're working with Microsoft for that, but we'll get into that in a bit.
And then you have EA, Electronic Arts, firing almost 700.
Yes, and they're no longer going to be working on third-party IP. No Star Wars, none of that stuff. All that stuff is done. So it looks like the Jedi games, done.
Guess what? This opens up the door for a different dev to pick up the IP and to make something great.
Not Ubisoft. I don't want Ubisoft to pick this stuff up.
Who else has the money aside from after Activision is Ubi. Ubi's got a lot. Yeah, Ubi's wallets are deep, are they not?
But no, well, they were, but look at the flop that Skull and Bones was.
Oh yeah, with the CEO going, this is a quadruple A game. If any CEO of a game developer company has to publicly go out and say this is a quadruple A game, it's going to be trash, and hence look at what happened. They're giving free DLC to people that was probably supposed to be paywalled.
Yep. I was actually going to buy it because I think, like I saw it, I was like, okay. Oh, when I was in North Carolina, the store, Mr. Game and Lounge, got it in, and it was coming out the next day. But they were like, "Oh, we can't sell it till tomorrow," because I saw it on the counter, and I was like, "Okay, no biggie." So when I get home, I saw it at Walmart. My local game store didn't even bother getting it in. And then once I saw all the horrendous news and headlines and gameplay. I think Jay bought it. I'm not sure. I think he was streaming it. I just went, I'm good. Like hard pass.
Yeah.
So
No,
and then I think he jumped to Helldivers and
the thing is like when I saw that game, Skull and Bones, I was like,
someone else was playing it.
I'll play Pirates. I'll play Sea of Thieves, man. Like
she was playing it.
And so then so we have EA, like the biggest.
Do you have a specific article?
There was one on Descerto, that gave a pretty good summary, of it that we could probably might as well look it up. Might as well go ahead and if you want to pull it up.
It's funny because I forgot what channel or who I was watching. It was either Clownfish or The Quartering they were talking about. I think it was Clownfish, but people are speculating, or was it Doomcock? I don't know. One of them was talking about it, and everyone's like, are you surprised? Look at the junk they're popping out. And don't be surprised if Warner Brothers is next, because rumor has it Rocksteady's done.
Really?
Because the failure that was Suicide Squad, like I got it early and it was so bad. I was like, I'm not even going to bother making a video on this. It's just so bad. It was infuriating. The game is awful. And I told you about the ending, right? I think
you did. Spoiler alert. Yeah.
It was bull. And I'm like,
that was like the most lazy too.
The concurrent because the blue hairs, they hate Batman. They hate him. So
toxic masculinity. Bleh.
And the concurrent player count on Steam dropped below like 100 players or something. It was ridiculous. It was so low. And then like again, I played through the tutorial and went, this is probably the worst game.
And you paid full price for the game?
Right. Because the big reason I bought it is we kept seeing the trailer, the commercial for it on HBO Max, of course. So my wife and I have been watching horror movies, and it comes up.
I love a good horror
she's like,
movie.
Am I going to get that? I was like, I guess so, because she loves Harley. But she hates what they've done to Harley. And Poison Ivy, two of her favorite characters, she hates.
Poison Ivy, awesome.
Yeah, and what they've done to them, she's like, why? Why do they always have to? And then now Mystique is her favorite X-Men character, and I haven't broken the news what they did to her. So.
Mystique is awesome too. I actually own a piece of Mystique artwork from some guy I bought off of Comic-Con years ago. I overpaid. He wanted $300 for it. I think I paid but it was original, real beautiful pencil artwork.
Okay.
And I think I got him down to like $100 or $150. But it was just the way he did her proportions and everything was just like freaking perfect. And I was like, you know what? Because I was like, dude, I saw you here last year, et cetera, et cetera. He's like, oh, I remember you. And he was wanted like 300. I'm like, dude, 150 or 100. He's like, yeah. I'm like, let me go to the ATM.
Okay, that's pretty cool. But no, John, that is not true. I do not hate Batman. I hate Christian Bale's Batman. So yeah, I'm not a Batman fan. I love old school Batman. I love Michael Keaton Batman. Yeah, that's my favorite, and I love Batman Beyond. So when I saw that they did this, I was like, no respect, just straight up no respect. And the only okay, I'm not getting into this again. So yeah, with that being said, don't they have a little phrase for all this stuff? There's a little phrase when they go a certain way and then they lose money. What's that term?
I think it's called getting
something and going broke.
Woke, go broke.
There you go.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Yeah. So literally, that's what they did, and the gamers are saying, we don't want your garbage. Doesn't matter how many millions and millions, sometimes even billions, that they're putting into these games or productions, whether it be comic books or movies. You know, the normies, us,
the regular people,
yes,
like the mass
fighting back,
mass group, the mass citizens of the United States goes, we don't like this. So
it's not even just the States. It's worldwide.
They pay with their wallets, meaning they just don't purchase it.
Yeah, we just speak with our money, and we're like, nope, we're good.
And they keep producing this type of garbage for whatever reason, because they think that this is good, and it turns into this sending some sort of messaging out, and it's like, nobody wants it. We don't care about it. We won't watch it, so we don't pay for it.
No, Cody, I remember it. Just saying. And that's Crypto, the super dog. Yes, it was terrible, but hey, yeah. Superman's dog. It was awful. It was an awful. Let me take that back. It was better than 99% of the stuff coming out on TV these days.
However, what I think is happening is like, so what I did want to bring up, still on the topic of these companies, that are losing money, and I had to kind of do some a couple searches, and seeing like, what is the general consensus? Okay, the general opinion, the general consensus on why these things are happening. And it's blame the rapidly escalating cost of game development. Okay.
Yep.
Fair.
The ballooning cost. Yep.
Fair. However, part of that is due to whoever's the director and whoever's the producer. Okay. You work for a AAA studio. Someone's not managing the money right. Maybe start managing your situation correctly. Do I know how to manage and direct a video game development company? Absolutely not. However, if you go over budget and you're the director of a game, that's your fault. Right? Yes. Okay? So there's that. And then...
And look at this. For example, Helldivers 2. It's blown up.
Indie dev.
And it's a $40 game.
And it's a $40
made
game.
More than its money back. And the head of the studio, this is how you get goodwill, told people, hey, don't buy it yet because we're having server problems.
I saw that. He's like, just chill out. He's like, just chill. Just chill. I think it was like, just chill for like a couple more weeks. We're going to get the server up and running.
I went, what? Now I want to buy another copy. Just because like that is so down to earth. That is so, hey, I hear you. I hear our audience. And
it's direct.
Game.
Shout out, Dave. Thank you for the $5 tip. You're the man. You are the man. Thank you.
That's for you getting fired.
Yeah, it's for me getting fired. That's gonna
make up for.
That's gonna let me walk across the street to Dunkin' Donuts and cry in my coffee tomorrow morning. Thank you.
That's not even a coffee where you live.
Nah, it really isn't.
Small, extra small.
Extra small. It's a sample cup. It's like 2 ounces.
You get to sniff it.
But that's just direct. That's just like, yo, guys, listen, we're having server problems. Just if you just listen, don't buy the game. Just give us a couple weeks. And people are like, dude, I love this guy. I'm still buying. I'm gonna buy the game and then I'll wait a couple weeks.
People are still doing it. They're like, all right, I'll buy it and then just wait to play it. I'm like, he did this. He's like, what is it? 4D chess.
Maybe he was just like, you know what? I have to be upfront and honest because they're devs and the guys running the servers are like, we're swamped. We cannot control this. So to avoid bad press. Oh, snaps. Splash. Thank you so much for the resub, dude. You're the man. Appreciate the love, guys. Thanks, guys. But I just feel like if I was in his situation and like ish was hitting the fan, you have to go out and go, listen, we know what the problem is, guys. We're fixing this. If you just don't buy the game, just like we're working on it. We'll get it fixed. We're working on it because to do that lets the devs and everybody else working on the servers and everything else go, okay, it's out there. We can kind of breathe right now, but these guys are busting their butts and working around the clock to get those things working because at the end of the day, there should be some sort of payoff, both, satisfactory as in far, this is the project that we did, and hopefully financially people are getting bonuses and gifts from the company because of the hard work. So yeah, I have FOMO for Helldivers. And then, just to continue, and then there's a spike in interest rates. Are you surprised? Have you seen have you seen inflation? Have you seen who's running this company or this country right now? The skyrocketing inflation that's occurred the past 2.5 years now.
Preach.
I'm just saying, as a homeowner, and me seeing where real estate is gone, and as somebody who goes out and buys their own groceries and their own products, it's utterly freaking insane.
Car insurance, house insurance, property insurance, all gone up this
My
year.
property tax, dude, we're not even talk about it. So
see, we could get into that. Florida's supposed to be doing something that can make it a lot easier for us, but as of right now, it's still uncontrollable.
It's absolutely insane. And then it says, over the course of the first 2 months of the year, video game companies have already announced plans to lay off more than 8,000 workers.
Indie devs, it's on indie devs' shoulders to put out.
Of course.
Support the next two games. Look at the next 2 years. Like Sony even said, no exclusives this year. Isn't that nuts? And then Xbox has pushed back. Thank God they've pushed back a lot of their exclusives to next year, because a lot of their stuff was garbage. Like Fable, just utter ass trash. And it's
I remember when Fable, the first one,
another developer onto it to fix it. So yeah.
When you add another developer to fix a game, that's when you know it's a problem, and there's nothing good that usually comes from it, unfortunately.
And thank you, D-Man. Sorry your PC crashed. That's what happens because blue screens. But thank you for taking a break and coming back with us. We love that. Appreciate it. Thank you.
So in a nutshell, guys, that's kind of where it's at. And I don't think, at least for me,
no, you're not allowed to leave, Cody. You have to keep watching. Just leave your device on.
I don't think any of us are surprised by this. Fable sucks now. Yeah. Willow, Fable 3 was the bomb. Fable 3 was I never played any of the Fable games. That's the one that
people liked the least, but I liked it. I liked the whole town building kind of thing too. I thought it was fun. I loved all three, Fable 1, 2, and 3. I miss the fact that we never got the Fable Legends for Xbox One. There was a beta and everything, and then that's it. Should I get Tears of the King? Yes, you should buy an OLED ATV. You need to buy an OLED, and you need to get Tears of the Kingdom.
ATV still showing up on the frickin' cast, dude. What a legend, dude.
Video game crash. You know what? That's another thing. Before we start talking about the Xbox, this is the third topic that I kind of wanted to put in, and I forgot to. Do you believe we're going to have another industry crash?
We're running out of new ideas. And shout out to Splash. Splash, if you're watching this on either Red Bandana or Mice channel.
Or listening on Spotify.
Or listening on Spotify. He was talking about like what's going to be the next big thing for gaming, because remember,
Nintendo.
Like after 2010,
Nintendo's the one keeping it alive.
After 2010, we had like RTSs came back, like StarCraft. I don't know how much we had, like StarCraft 2 that just blew up, and everybody, it was the rage. But then PUBG came. We had Battle Royale since. They did a gaming sticker on my Xbox. Nice.
Thank you, ATV. You know what? Post a picture on that on social media if you have it, and I'll
tag Red Bandana in that. Tag me in it too. I'll repost that as well.
Because I was trying to figure out. I've sold shirts and all kinds of stuff, but I've not sold stickers on the Teespring, and I went, wait, someone bought a sticker. So that's really cool. I got some more merch coming. I got some awesome stuff in the works, but lately I've just been so busy. But I got a shirt with this guy's face coming soon.
I can't believe this. This is going to be a first for me, but I'm excited for it.
It's going to be. I'm sorry, people. Unless if it goes over well, I might put it up on the shop. But it's going to be one of those. Where
I'm going to wear it every podcast.
It's going to have.
I'm going to wear it every podcast, dude, for sure.
So. I that's right. I should have worn the one from MegaCon that I wore at MegaCon. So I actually got some attention. I never thought I would get recognized. I got recognized at the Geeks and Gamers meetup. That was crazy.
That's really cool.
So, but yeah, the industry, I think we're going to see another crash. I think it's not going to be as bad as 1983. It's going to be a different crash. And
if we do have go ahead.
Well, what I think is going to happen, the gaming industry isn't going to die. It's going to get very lean. And the only company that's really going to see all these new games and innovations will be Nintendo. Otherwise, you're going to have. It makes me think that we're not.
A
Hold
bit
on, I'm
another
getting ahead of myself. I think we're not going to see the next generation occur as soon as people think or speculating because of how poor sales are and how poor the industry is headed, if that makes any sense.
I
I
see.
don't think we're going to see that 2026 next gen stuff. I think it might be 2027, 2028. It's things are going to get pushed back. That's what I'm thinking just because of how poorly things are going, and with Nintendo now the rumor having it that and I called this, that next March we'll see the Switch successor, and they're going to announce it later this year, which I totally believe. And I was calling that. And if that comes out to fruition, I will be collecting all my winnings. No,
I want to see a new wave with the rise of independent game developers. That's what's
that that's I think that's going to be the only that's going to be the ticket. You're going to see like indie AAA games, and I don't think they're going to have that ballooning budget, kind of like Immortals of Avium. They tried too hard, and EA didn't really back them. But you're going to see double A games again. Remember during the 360 and PS3 era, we had all those double A games, which were just awesome platformers or action games and stuff like that. Remember all those games?
Mhm.
I think we're going to see a resurgence of that,
I would
where
love
the
to.
where the yeah where the budgets are much smaller, but they're going to be better quality games, even though they may not look as pretty with ray tracing and all that other buzzwords. It's just going to be a quality game, and we're going to see more of that kind of stuff, in my opinion.
All right. All right. I don't disagree.
And D-Man says 2026 seems too early for Sony and Microsoft. 6 years is just too soon, man. Consoles should go for at least 7 to 8. I agree. These days, because how much they cost and all people get. Yes, yes. And people want their money's worth. You are 110%. I remember back in the day, remember when console generations were almost, they were somewhere like 5 years and they were pushing them to 10 years, like that PS2. To
Hmm.
get 10 years out of your console is great. Yes, I understand technology lapse it, but still look at the Switch. It's still going on. And we're what, 8 years in 2025 when the new one comes out? I think that's completely fine. I'm still enjoying games. They don't have to be the greatest looking thing in the world as long as they play well and they're fun, i.e., Animal Crossing. And we need to schedule our Animal
Need to do
Crossing
this. We
stream
need to do
next
this.
week.
Yeah, we
We need
should
to
do
do
it.
it next week.
I agree. I agree.
Before I go out of town, we're going to do 2 streams, Ready to Start and Animal Crossing night.
Do you think?
We're going to be like 10 hours of Animal Crossing? No, not 10 hours.
Do you? I
But
mean, dude, I remember showing my Animal Crossing island to my niece, and it was like we were like a half hour in. I'm like, at the end, I'm telling my buddy, I'm like, dude, I didn't realize how much stuff I have on my island. And he's sitting there laughing. He's like, yeah, dude. Like,
you know what I did the other day? I went and watched some my old videos. Have you ever watched any of your old videos and you just cringe?
yeah, I take them
Yeah.
down.
And no, mine are still there.
Nope, I
So I
take mine
have
down.
don't, because you'll lose watch hours.
I
Remember
put
not
them
to
on.
do that.
I use them on private, dude.
Still, it doesn't count. It has to be public watch hours.
I put it on private.
It needs to be public watch hours. Open them all up. Let the world watch it. It's cringe. I have some really awful stuff, and I have my Animal Crossing island tour. I have that, and then I have my update, and then I think the one where I visited my wife's island had more views. I'm like, son of a boo. So, but they never did well back then,
Dude, my
because the
island,
videos
dude.
just.
My island's
But
awesome, and
now we're gonna
I'm not
Animal
gonna go
Crossing.
back before the stream. I'm gonna make sure like I have the
Clean it
update on
up.
the game and everything. Buttville? No, it's still Buttville. But it's great. Dude, my museum and everything is great. But anyways, let's get to the Xbox rumors.
Well, let me address this. Yeah, I do believe the Switch is next year in March, John.
Yeah, I'm
And
feeling that too.
we know that John says so. Logan thing is wrong about this year. No, I think I know the new systems are coming out, which will lead me into the Xbox stuff. I know for a fact the new consoles will be hitting this summer. The new Xbox Series X digital, it will be smaller and it will be white. You know why? Because my inside source sent me the information. Now, I did a video the other day that shows we're coming out, the Microsoft is coming out with 3 new controllers, variations of the current controller. It looks like they might even be missing the share button. If they do have the share button, or if they don't have the share button, it's been replaced by a profile button. So you can do different profiles like you do with the Elite controller. But I think that's a really bad thing to remove the share button. I use it quite a bit, but I don't know too many people that do. I do because I use it to capture footage, and then I compile the footage and use it for game reviews and stuff like that. But if push comes to shove, I can capture it game streaming, but I don't like it because I like to be able to hit it. If something crazy happens, I like to hit that share button and then capture that really crazy moment. But is what it is. So there's 3 different controllers and an Xbox handheld. It's all but confirmed. All but confirmed. So it looks like, from what I've been told, the Surface team is working on the Xbox handheld.
Precursor to what Xbox is going to be doing next gen.
And it looks like 2 new, I read another article, this didn't come from my source. For next gen, we're going to see 2 new variations of hardware. Again, like we did with Series S, and Series X, but they're going to be like the most powerful. Microsoft said Sony will not beat them next gen. They swear their hardware is going to be the beast from the east. Well, technically the beast from the west because they're in Seattle. But you know what I mean. They're going to have the most strongest, powerful hardware out.
Here's the thing. If they're going to be doing 2 consoles, one lower end, one mid-range, and one higher end, like, the devs were complaining. We talked about this maybe mid last year about developers going, hey, listen, Microsoft, we're making these games and you want us to spend extra money to get this on the Xbox S? It's like, we can't do it. We just cannot do it.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I just saw an article that says most developers now are using the Series S as the lead development machine. Because so they're just work on there, they just upgrade it to the other machines. So it makes their life
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of freaking sense.
So they run well on the Series S, and then it's just like, when you take something and port it to PC, most of the time you just have to make some tweaks to make everything look better. Well, nowadays everything, for some reason, when it gets to PC, it gets worse, i.e. Batman. But hey, you remember that? You remember the Batman Arkham thing?
Oh, dude, it ran terribly. I was living in downtown Wisconsin at the time.
The cheese state.
And people were like, yo, how is this even possible? Like, everybody makes a big deal out of when a game comes out.
And more recent Last of Us remaster, that was just a pile of doggy poo-poo.
What a waste of freaking time, dude. Speaking of that, the director said that he only has one more game in him. When I read
Druckmann?
Whatever, yeah, that sounds.
Neil Druckmann?
Yeah. He's like, I only have really one more game. Dude, the comments...
Good, because nobody likes you anyway.
Yeah, nobody likes you. The comments were like, what? The Last of Us Remastered, The Last of Us Remastered 3, Last of Us 2. That was completely redundant, and it got, like, boring. And then
the Last of Us Part 1 and 2 plus remastered.
Plus remaster? Yeah. Yeah, dude.
And screw Nathan Drake, because, people actually liked Uncharted.
Yeah, I love the Uncharted games.
Tired of the garbage that is The Last of Us.
Yeah, sorry. That's fine, dude. You won't be missed, dude. Go ahead. Yeah.
Naughty Dog. Yeah. What is it that Jeremy says? Yeah, I'm not saying it on this podcast. Yeah.
Nobody cares, bro. Sure, you know what? Just reinvent some. If I had any advice,
bring back Jak and Daxter. That's what
Jak and Daxter were great series. Create something new and freaking fresh, man. Okay,
fun.
Stop.
Video games are supposed to be fun.
He's like, you know what he's like? He's like Uncle Rico, right? Like, when I was in high school, I could have went pro, and he's just sitting there keeping me doing all these remakes and stuff.
Oh, I gotta pull that up,
bro. Stop being Uncle Rico. He's talented. He can make a new game with a new fresh story, bro. I suggest you do that. He said, freaking Uncle Rico, dude.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up here. I'm pulling it up here. um, share screen, and then is it right there? Right there, Uncle Rico.
This is it. This is it.
Oh, I love Napoleon Dynamite.
Dude, it's such a I think it's actually quite an underrated movie. However, the main actor, I was at like a horror con convention type thing, and for some reason the main actor was there, and he was charging way too much for like photos and pictures and stuff. He was charging like 150
once
bucks.
He got to his peak.
This wasn't at his peak, dude. This was not at his peak.
Well, then that means he might be making up for lost time because he's not at his peak anymore. John Heder, I think it's John Heder.
Yeah,
Heder.
I will say this though. I paid $50 to. I shook his hand, chit-chatting with him for a little bit, and got a photo with him. The actor who played, he was in season 2 of True Detective, and he also played the. Oh my gosh, my brain is farting right now. In the first movie, Blade.
Oh, that's the smell.
He was. You smell it from there.
See, yep, there you go. Yes, Napoleon Dynamite.
What was his name?
Napoleon Dynamite, because I made her watch it, and she's like, she was surprised how funny it was. Dude, I've never seen True Detective, so I don't know. And I heard this latest season has been like all the first 2 seasons I heard were fantastic. Third and
Deacon Frost. He played Deacon Frost.
Cool.
I met him at a HorrorCon 2 years ago, and I was like, $50, man. All right, dude, I'll go. I didn't really talk to him much. He didn't seem very enthusiastic to be there, but like he was cool. Shook his hand. The girls that were with him were really nice. I think I talked to them more than I talked to him. The actor who played Deacon Frost was,
Was Gosh?
No.
That's an interesting name. Well,
I know.
Remember when actors were changing their names?
Stephen Dorff. I met him.
Oh, Stephen Dorff. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't age well.
No, he did
not age well. Yeah.
I think that's what alcohol does.
Or
stress and life and everything above. Hollywood will do that to you. Yeah. Not to say that not to say him, but I'm just saying in general, being an actor and all that, being in that situation and the stuff that you see and the stuff that you go through, dude. I mean, I'm sure dude, Hollywood will suck the soul out of you.
Well, yeah.
Are we on our side quest?
I was going to say, because they all need Jesus. But hey, yes, I was going to say, hey, which leads me into our side quest, because I was thinking about it. You know, if everybody wants any more information about the Xbox leaks or news, I kind of just threw that in at the end of the video because I wanted to address it, because so much has been going on since the last podcast, and I felt it was a little disservice not to address it. Go watch all my videos. I have a ton of them. Go watch them all right now on the channel. Well, not right now, after the podcast or after you watch this. Go watch those and you'll see what I'm talking about. And the Sony fanboy hate is real.
It's so unnecessary. Just make
it's real. With that being said, yeah, did you whoa, we are officially in the side quest. So we're side questing now. So everything's good. I wanted to touch on, you said you saw my video today, right?
I did, yes.
What'd you think about that being my grail?
I thought it was awesome, because not everything needs to be a $400, $500 game, dude.
It averages on GameEye. That's, if you guys are listening on Spotify, I'm showing it's Kirby Canvas Curse for the DS. And the story behind it was in my truck at the time, and I was trying to remember what happened. My air conditioner went out. So my grandfather was a principal. He had already retired, but he picked up this principal job over at a tech school, and this is while he was retired. He was a full-time principal. Go figure. He took it in there because they had a mechanic shop and everything, and they were working on it to repair it. I forgot that I had left my DS Lite, because it was right after the DS Lite came out, underneath my car seat.
Mhm.
And then I was looking for it, and I
What
couldn't
color
find
do you
it.
slate?
It was the blue one.
I got a red one.
So,
I love the red.
but a few years ago, I went back and bought it again. So I have that original one left. No, no, no. It was not the blue one. it was the black one. It was the OG black one.
Nice.
That got stolen and then I replaced it with the one that was blue, black and blue. So it got stolen out from underneath my truck front seat, driver's seat, because that's where I would put it when I'd go out. And I'd left it in the truck the night before, forgetting about it. And I went to look for it. I'm like, oh my god, I can't find it anywhere. I went to my truck and I was like, it's gone. So I was never able to get the game back because it was just really hard to find. It's not a really expensive game. It sits around $50. I had a $20 voucher, so I got it for $35.
Not bad, dude.
And
Not bad at all.
I loved this game. And it's been 15 plus years, I think 17, 18 years that I said I've been looking for it. I've gone from game store to game store to game store. Every store I went to in North Carolina this year, when I went, still looked for it there. I've been every one of my local game stores, cannot find it. Yeah, I could have bought it online for an arm and a leg on eBay. It was just so expensive, and I couldn't get it on Amazon or anything like that. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not paying $100, $200 because the people were just like gouging because you couldn't find it anywhere. But the average price of the game is around $50. So now I got it, and I am happy as a pig and poo that I got this little Kirby Canvas Curse. I love this game. CIB.
Complete in box is great. I feel and I just want to share. I'm not trying to one up you or anything. I genuinely feel the same when I found this in the wild.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not complete in box. Okay?
What's your story behind it, though?
So back when the Resident Evil 2 originally came out for PlayStation, there was, when they were starting to go to the PlayStation 2, it was brought to my attention that Resident Evil was on Nintendo 64. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, we're talking years, bro.
Yeah, I remember.
So, I was like, this doesn't even exist. Like, I think it's a lie. I'm actually going to take this price tag off. I got it for $39.99, which is the going rate.
That's actually a good deal. That's cheaper than what I paid for it.
It's the going rate. You know, out of the box, it's going rate. So I was like, you got to be kidding me. So it's been one of those games where you don't think about after time passes. And you're like, I mean, you're talking about, I haven't thought about this game in like over a decade. And every once in a while it comes up, especially since I bought the long box Resident Evil for $95. Yeah. I found that out in the wild. Fair, you know, average to below average box condition, but came with the card. Didn't come with the foam insert that keeps it separate or anything like that.
Long box is still nice. They're hard to get these days, especially in good condition. So
it that, you know, now I was thinking about, man, and that brought to my attention. I was back in the day, 13, not even 13 with PS2. That this existed. Resident Evil 2 existed on Nintendo frickin' 64.
Wait. PS2 came out in 2000? Was it 2000? September 2000? Let me
N64 came out in 94 or 96.
96. PlayStation March 2000. March 2000.
Okay, so
I got mine September 8th, 2001. But wow, 2000. I was in 10th grade?
Yeah.
March of 2000. Yeah, I was in 10th grade.
Yeah, we graduated in 2003 from high school.
I was 2002.
Yeah, I was 2003.
Yeah.
So anyways, not to elongate the story anymore, but I was like, it was just one of those games like the other Resident Evil, like I'm not going to buy it on, I could buy it on eBay, fine. But if I see it out in the wild, it might be meant to be. And
that's how I feel. Yeah, I could just buy crap on eBay for twice the price.
And you know,
I remember the day you sent me the photo saying you bought that. Yep. Wow, we've been friends for a little while now, haven't we?
A couple years, dude.
Yeah,
like over a couple of years.
It's been a couple of years. Yeah.
And there was a Mega Media Exchange in Wisconsin I was at one time, and they had Klonoa Door to Phantom Mile.
Ooh.
I had 2 physical copies. Okay. The first one I lost. The first one I bought for $50. The second one I bought for like $100. Lost that one. And then the same place. Then there was a different place that had Clona Door to Phantom Isle for $150. And I went to my car. I'm like, no, I'm going back. Maybe I can haggle with them. I'm like, would you sell me the Door to Phantom Isle for $100? Like, we can't do it. All right. Well, that wasn't too far. That was a couple years ago. That game is listed and selling for $500 to $600. Would I sell it?
Wow.
Would I sell it? No. It's one of my favorite platforms.
So you did get it?
I did not get it.
Oh. You know what? That kind of reminds me of a story about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie for Super Nintendo.
I love that movie.
I never had it. It was one of those games that I rented when I was young. So I never owned it. And then I would say 2005, 6, 7, somewhere in there, I ended up getting it off of eBay for about 20 something bucks, maybe 30. And then I had it for a decade until I moved into our apartment when my now wife, we moved in together. I lost it in the move and I couldn't figure out where. It wasn't in my Super Nintendo box, but I remember I could not find it, and I was so heartbroken. And then lo and behold, one day something comes in the mail and my wife goes, I think this is for you. And then I open it up. It's a copy of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, a movie for Super Nintendo.
She found you a copy?
Yes. And I do know, like, she wouldn't tell me how much it was, but it was more than $50. That's all she would tell me. She's like, it doesn't matter. You have it back. It's back into your collection.
Wife's a gem.
Happy. And I was like, yes. And I was happier than a
pig and poo.
Again, going back to pig and poo. I was like, and then right then and there is when I knew I was going to marry her, just because.
Oh yeah. This reminds me.
I knew ahead of time, but don't tell her that.
Don't tell her. Not like she's watching.
Yeah, it's not like I knew ahead of time.
But that reminds me.
And she doesn't watch. She just listens.
I'm looking at my Zelda Oracle of Ages right now, and I was at my mom's. I was like, man, I swear I had the. And you saw my post of this, and we talked about it on the podcast. I was at my mom's house grabbing more boxes, and I was looking through a box. I go, oh my gosh,
you texted me that day.
Dude, I immediately texted you. I'm like, dude, you're not gonna believe this. I had that mint, brand new condition box Sib, dude, of Zelda Oracle of Ages box. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. Or what is it? Like, not a secret or what do you know?
Yeah. Open the chest.
Dude, yeah, when you open the chest. And I'm like, and I immediately go onto whatever Gamer Eye, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this game is worth so much more money now. And it's not like I'm gonna sell it. Like I just
think it was funny that you're like, look what I found, and I'm like, beep, beep, beep. I'm like, what's going on? Oh. I was like, nice,
dude, just mint.
It's funny because John mentions over here, he's like, he says he gave his Pokemon Red to me, on my last day of Best Buy, and I do have that Pokemon Red copy still, and I was like, that's. I greatly appreciate that. And then I got myself repro boxes made. And later
I have repro boxes.
A thing like a little pouch, a Ninja Turtles pouch of game manuals. And the manual for that was in there, along with a couple of others, which caused my games to just shoot up in value because I had Pokemon Crystal and there was a random manual for Pokemon Crystal in there. And I was like, Pokemon Crystal's going for like $150, $200, something stupid now.
So
it's like those Pokemon games are just out of control.
Oh, Metroid Zero Mission, $14. That's a good price for Zero Mission. I'm trying to see. I have Super Metroid.
Zero Mission?
Zero Mission is going right now on Game Boy Advance on eBay for $14.88.
No,
that's
repro?
Wait a minute. Advance GPA. That's a clear blue.
Repro. That's repro. It's
That's a
repro.
repro. And then there's
Yeah,
another
no way,
one.
because
Non
that's an easy
OEM.
$50 to $100.
Yep, non OEM is
Repro.
24. Here we go.
Because I have those games.
Here we go. I have Zero Mission. I bought Zero Mission at the same place that was selling Klonoa Door to Phantom Mile for 150. I bought Zero Mission for like 15 bucks. 15, just the cartridge.
Wow.
I see right now it's
I bought it for like 20 something dollars. I had sold mine back in the day and then bought it at my local game store in South Florida for, I want to say it was like 20, 25.
dude.
And it was cheaper because of how bad the label was kind of smudged off. You know, when the thumb grease just kept when they pull out the cartridge. Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of Chinese knockoffs. They're saying non-OEM, but the OEMs are $69.99. There is
Game Eye for Zero Mission averages $67, and Metroid Fusion is 63. So they've gone down a little bit.
Or what about Complete in Box? Because someone's got a bid going for a mint-looking box.
150 CIB. Oh no, that's Fusion. Hold on. 181 CIB.
I have to look. Super Metroid. I need the OG box. Super Metroid box.
So there's this. I even did a video on it. Those boxes, they don't last over the years, and they're really hard to find them, and they're really expensive. So I found this guy who makes repro boxes of Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and they look real.
They're on Etsy. There's some amazing people that can print it on Etsy.
Yeah, and it was like $6.99 for the box and the insert. So
wow, they even did the inserts,
like a dozen of them. Yeah, and I spent like 40, 50 bucks. I even made a video on it, and just by giving it a box, even if it's a repro box, jumps the value up.
Dude, this guy's selling a Super Metroid box only for $166, dude.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. I
would do the repros. I'm sorry. It looks good on the shelf.
It's in a repro box. I have the original instruction booklet and the original game. Dude. Yeah,
now, there's another page I follow, and I shouldn't say recently, they've been following me for a while on Instagram, called Custom Game Cases.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Custom Game Cases. And I bought did I buy some stuff from them? But they have the ones where they turn DS games into Game Boy Advance cases, and then they print all the artwork and everything for you, and they make custom ones for Genesis and Game Gear, Super Nintendo, and it's like, oh, I'm going to order a whole batch of Game Gear cases from them, and it's just going to make my Game Gear collection just look so pretty. But the problem is they don't have every game. So
dude,
it's just, and they're purple cases.
Dude, I told you this. I bought a Game Gear collection off my friend I grew up with. I played this Game Gear when I was growing up with. It needed the caps, the capacitors redone.
Yeah.
Paid a guy to recap it. Runs amazing. Runs perfect. Better than new, because those caps they put in those things were trash. And all the games, I got like all the Power Ranger games, Sonic.
Nice. The Power Ranger games are the best.
They're actually
and the
really
soundtrack
good.
is
yes.
Chef's kiss.
And I have to do a video of it, dude. Like,
dude, you have to. You know,
dude, I have so much stuff.
PC stuff.
Yeah, but I have so much good stuff.
See your collection videos,
dude. I have so much.
Videos do very well, and if you supplement what you do with your collection, people love to watch that. And I guarantee you're going to get our regular audience watching them even more. And
I have a lot, guys. I have so much to go. Like,
you sent me pictures. I'm like, dude,
that's not even all of it, dude. That's not even all of it. I know.
Like, you've seen mine.
Yeah.
Now I want to see yours. But you should
all right.
See my. Whoa! Good night, everybody.
Sorry, I slipped on my chair.
Whoa! We don't do that here.
I caught off balance.
He is ready to start then.
I was getting up to get something out of the collection. I don't know what you're thinking about.
You should.
I know.
I'll show you mine. Wait.
I'll start. I'll put it in my queue, and I'll start because I could just make a full video on just my Super Nintendo collection here.
You should. You know? That's how you can make more, because that's what I was doing. Now I'm going to update. You know, I can make another Switch video of 1,000+ games because I'm gonna pull the same nonsense that
It's gonna
Woodharp did.
be like a 5-parter with your Switch games. Like
No,
you
but
need.
I'm not gonna do what he did and just show everyone. No, I'm gonna go down the shelf and say, "Hey, look!"
Well, you have
I'm gonna
special
pull out
edition
some
ones
highlights.
and like
Yeah.
some that actually come with cool stuff,
So,
etc., etc.
because what he did was his physical games plus his digital collection. I'm like, oh, if you're gonna do plus digital, I got him beaten hands down. I have him beaten on physical because now I think we're at about 750 physical games because we picked up a number of special editions at that game store, Mr. Game and Lounge in North Carolina. We picked up like 4 or 5 special editions while we're up there, and I've been buying a lot of Switch stuff here and there. And I think since I've done the last video, we're probably about 750 physical. And if you add all my digital games, I probably have about 300+ digital games. But people are like, oh, that's a lot. Why do you buy? No, because I buy those 1 cent games, those 10-cent games, those just for
Dude, I buy
shits and
those.
giggles.
I buy those Lego
Because
games when they're on sale for like
yeah,
$6.99
and I'm
digital.
like, even
I'm
if
like,
I already
okay,
have it,
they're
sometimes
fun
I'll do
too.
it. And if I'm like all these random weirdo games that are just like on sale for a penny a piece, I'll buy those because I'm like, you know what am I really losing? I could have some fun out of it. And I found some pretty interesting games for 4 cents, 5 cents, 9 cents. And you know what? So what? You know, they're not AAA titles, but for a couple of pennies, it gives me, a few minutes to a couple of hours of enjoyment.
Yeah,
What the heck?
well,
Why
yeah,
not?
exactly, dude.
So, but yeah, good night, John. Thanks for uh, joining us like always. And yes, you always do rewatch it. And I appreciate that. And I know everybody's also going to be listening to it on Spotify. Do you realize? I did not realize, but you guys really do what
I'm
watch it.
watching.
Wait,
I'm watching you. Go ahead.
I
I'm
was
I'm
like,
watching you.
I
Go
was
ahead.
like, people actually listen to us on Spotify.
I think that's awesome. I think that's great. I'm so
I
happy we have an
didn't do
extra
it because
outlet.
I didn't think anybody would, and there are actually numbers on Spotify, and we have followers. I haven't looked it up in a while. Actually, I'm gonna look it up right now to see how many. Where's my Spoodafoo right here. So our last episode, 20 plays, and I haven't told
Promoted or
anybody
whatever.
about it.
It's just in the
No
links in the
promoted. It's
description. Or
just kind of sitting there.
oh, I love that.
And people are listening to it, and I haven't told anybody besides on episodes of the podcast. So it's really cool. In the last 7 days, we've got 2 new followers for a total of, okay, 8. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys.
I think I
for
think I was
something that isn't being talked
when
about
when
at
I
all.
when I followed, I was like number 3 or 4 or something like it was something low like that.
And I don't count because it's my account, so they didn't count. But people are listening to it, and people who aren't subscribed are or following it are listening to it, and I appreciate that. This is our main platform. This is where we care most about, is right here on YouTube. Yes, we do co-stream. Nick is co-streaming on Twitch, and we do have it on Spotify, and we're co-streaming on X. But honestly, we put all of our effort into YouTube. But
Yes.
hey, if you guys are consuming our content on other platforms, even if it's, a handful of people, thank you. I appreciate it. I listen
Greatly.
to you. I really put this stuff out because you guys asked for it. Specific people asked for it, and hey, you have it. If you want to listen to it, thank you so much. I mean, it's no extra work after the podcast. I just hit download audio, upload it there, head on with what else I'm doing. So this will go live within about 30 minutes to an hour after the podcast, depending on how much Nick and I BS after the episode, because we do tend to do that.
We do. It goes on, but we got to keep it quick. Afterwards, that as that's kind of like cadence to let's.
Oh, it's already been an hour and 12 minutes. So I didn't even realize that. Oh yeah, we've been on the side quest about 20 minutes.
Dude, it goes by fast. That's the thing. And it goes by fast because we really enjoy doing this. And listen, guys, I know we get sidetracked sometimes. So either me or Logan will try to bring each other back.
Yes.
We try to do it as fast as possible. Listen, we know.
But the
Okay.
big guys do it too. Have you ever watched an episode of High Tea Thursdays with Jay and Beardo? They do it.
Yeah.
What about the Geeks and Gamers Daily with Ryan and Jeremy? They do it. All of them do it. All the big channels do it.
Yeah.
So, well, those are the ones.
And and we're growing. We're growing. We're seeing sparks and flames and things and growth, and it's great. It's great to see.
I just don't want to get stale. I don't want it to get to the point where people are getting bored of us. So there are podcasts that I used to listen to that I can't stand anymore.
Sure.
And yeah, I haven't listened to or watched them in.
Well, that's why we mix it up and we make special episodes, and we get the guest lineup that. Yeah. Lips are sealed, but Hey!
I'm working on stuff.
Hey!
I've been talking to people today.
Yes, I know. So we do have stuff coming up. We do have something coming up.
And we always have some good friends that are willing to come back. We've talked to former guests. You guys know Jack Zilla said
he'll come back on.
Jay said he'd come back. Rogue Attraction said he would come back. We got I haven't spoken to Wicked, but I have been in her chat. I haven't asked her, but now that we have a larger audience, doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, we're going to close out the night. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this podcast with all your friends. And again, subscribe to not just Red Bandana Gaming, but click to enlarge on the YouTubes. Follow him on the Twitches and follow us on our socials. Mine is, of course, Red Bandana Gaming on Facebook, on Instagram at RBG_retro on X, formerly known as Twitter. Shout out your handles again, Nick.
All click to enlarge. Everything.
There you go. Well, when you say everything.
Besides TikTok. So we're talking Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
We just became Facebook friends.
Did we?
Yeah, just recently. Yeah, because I never use Facebook.
I'm never
and
on
my
there.
wife runs the Facebook page.
I'm never on Facebook, dude. I can't stand it. Anyways.
Yeah, neither can I. So, with that being said, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Do you have anything you want to say before we close out the night, Nick? Do you want to tell everybody how much your butt hurts? I mean, your back hurts, or you're getting
I told you that in confidence. You do realize that. I'm still working on it's still sore.
You were confidently telling me how much your butt hurt.
Yes.
He was like, it hurt. No, okay.
Over time, it will fix itself, and I'll come back bigger, faster, stronger, and more resilient. Anyways,
that's what she said.
What she said.
I love that.
You need to get a soundboard.
She said button.
You want to get a soundboard going on.
I'm actually thinking of getting one of the Stream Decks.
Get a Stream Deck. Just get the smallest one. Get the 5, 10, I get the 15 button one. You're fine. You can make the
15 button one is the standard one, right?
Yeah, you can keep making pages after page after page after page.
There's the standard. There's the mini, which I thought was too small. Which has like 6.
Yeah.
And then there's the XL, but I was like, the difference between the standard and the XL is $50. So I'm like, maybe I should just keep an eye out, get the XL.
The standard's fine. I love my Steam Deck, my Stream Deck. It's fantastic. So.
Okay, yeah. You know what? I was actually going to ask you about that. Yeah, I'm going to look into that. I'm going to pick up one of those this year.
It was great.
So, and then we can do all kinds of stupid things because I've seen what it can do, and I'm like, why don't I own one yet? And I just keep forgetting about it, and I spend money on Asus ROG Ally and a 3rd, 4th, whatever PlayStation and controllers. Oh, good God, controllers. But the good thing is I'm now working with a lot of companies, so thank you God for that.
Pays off.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling on. Thank you guys so much. We're calling tonight. Appreciate it. All you guys watching, all you guys that are watching on X, on Twitter, that is the same thing, on Twitch. There we go. YouTube and on Spotify. Thank you guys so much. And if there's nothing else you want to say, Nick, we'll call it a night, and we'll just say
that's some news.
Be legendary, and God bless you all. Thank you. Thanks again.